What's up everybody? Welcome to Shutterstock Tutorials. Today we're going to be going over a few tips and tricks for your next 80s inspired photo shoot. Let's do it. First look we're going to be talking about is the Heavenly Soap Opera Glow. Now you know this look very well. It's Saturday morning, you want to go to KB Toys, but your mom's like, no, we have to go to Sears because we need your photo taken by some guy named Randall. But the look is very simple. It's just a hazy, almost looks like the image is diffused, and it's warm. There's a glow around the subject's face. So if you want to get this look practically, you can just stick a gel right in front of the lens. I just moved it around until Sarah's face was pretty clear in the shot, and then I took it. Once I brought it into post, I lowered the contrast because the photos back then there wasn't much contrast, and it kind of made it look a little more filmicky. Then because I wanted it to be kind of like an orb around her face, I used the brush tool to up the exposure. I'm going to add a little bit of warmth and then increase the highlights and then add a pretty heavy vignette around the photo. And then if you want to do this practically, you can just shape the light, use some barn doors or a flag, and kind of put the light right on their face. Side note, I figured out that when I was using the gel, if I moved past the key light, as in closer to the subject, then the reflection from the light would end up on the gel in front of the lens, and it would kind of create these cool lens distortion effects in camera. Nothing says freedom like looking directly at the camera, smiling, with lasers shooting in the background. For this example, I'm going to try to do it the really cheesy way, do it in Photoshop, recreate that very iconic, cheesy look that was from the 80s. To get the neon lights in the background or foreground of your shot, use the pen tool. Set the mode to shape, set the fill to none, and stroke to white. Draw whatever shapes you want, then hit the layer style icon and choose outer glow. Then pick the color you want to use. Hit OK, then play around with the opacity, the spread, and the size. Then go over to inner glow, choose the color, and change the blend mode to multiply. Right-click on the smart layer and hit Convert to Smart Object. Then add a vector mask. Then go over to the paintbrush, make sure your opacity is at 100% and your foreground color is set to black. Then erase the lines right away. And if you want it to seem like the neon strips are in the shot, even though they're not, you can light the photo accordingly based on whatever color you want to use later on. Now we're moving on to the duotone effect. Now I've already made a duotone tutorial talking about how to shoot and edit the shot. You can watch it right here. But to pull off an 80s style duotone shot, there are a few different factors to consider. You can pull this effect off practically by lighting the shot with two contrasting colors. And then once you bring it into the edit, you can add two gradients on each side of the photo. So first you're going to go over to create fill or a new adjustment layer. Then you're going to add the gradient. Then you're going to pick the color and choose which side it's going to spill out from. So with this, I decided to go with a bluish tint. And then once you do this, you're just going to choose the other side and pick whichever color you would like. And then you're going to change the blend mode on both of them to color. And then at the end, you can add a little overlay on top. Oh yeah, there are free overlays in the description below. For a good look at which colors work well together and which colors are very specifically retro 80s-ish, our in-house designer Alex made this chart with all the hex codes you need to choose the right color. The next option is to add imagery into these photos. Now I'm talking palm trees, ferns, old computers, gradients, sunsets, and those wicked awesome grids. Remember how much fun we had with that light grid earlier? Lastly, you could use practical effects. So for this shoot, I used a little prism, I used a mirror, I used this little thing, which is just something that something was packaged in. If light hits it, then it's going to create some pretty cool effects inside the lens. I'm not exactly sure what about this is 80s, but I liked it, so I put it in the video. Something about it. It seems like an album cover or something. No? Maybe? I don't know. Let me know. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this tutorial. When you're flying down the grid towards the sunset in your DeLorean, think of me. And think of Randall. All right, so we just hit 50,000 subscribers. Oh my God. So we just hit 50,000 subscribers, and we just wanted to say thank you for watching. We got a lot of great stuff coming up this year, so make sure you hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. If you liked any of the assets that I used, I've included everything in the description. There's a bunch of free stuff in there, so check it out. I'll see you in the next one.